You want me to do a solo of this? But I don't do solo games. What do you mean you won't play it solo? They're not my thing. The scenarios look wonderful. Really?
Show me the game.
Hello and welcome to All Around the Board, and today I'm going to be doing the solo version of Dinogenics with the Controlled Chaos expansion. I'm going straight in and including the expansion because, well, simply it's my favourite. There has been lots of support in my Dinogenics and the expansion video, and you guys were asking for it, so here it is. Hope you enjoy. Before we crack on with the solo play of this game, I will be showing you guys in this video how to set up for a solo game. If the setup is something you're not really interested in, just look in the description below where I put all the different times so you can skip to the appropriate section. But in the meantime, sit back and relax and watch me play Dinogenics. Okie dokie then, so I am all set up ready for a solo game of Dinogenics. Yes, this is all the stuff I need even for a solo game. Yeah, it's a bit of a table hog. A little bit of organisation here. I've got all my stuff that I need from a supply just here. And I've got all my dono meeples just over here, and there's some setups on the board that I will talk about in a moment. Just to note that I have picked a random scenario from the expansion. I haven't put the scenario name at the top, so I've cut that off. And yes, I've done a printout because I didn't want to keep folding that. I want them to stay in nice condition. I would just like to have a printout so I can refer to that, and I don't have to bend the book to stay open. Okay, so there's a few changes in solo mode. Firstly, you need to go to the main rulebook and in this rulebook and take out the list of the manipulation cards that you need to take out. So all the cards I am not using I have put to one side, and it's almost half the deck of the manipulation cards, and there are also very, very few breaking news cards. So the scenario I've picked is Help Life Find a Way. There's a little bit of fluff there and I'll leave you guys to read that in your own time. But the important thing is we need to look at the objective. So it says here, by the end of Season 7 you must have at least 100 points and 3 species with 2 or more meeples in your park. By meeples it means the dino meeples. So I need 3 lots of 2 dinosaurs of the same type. That might be very interesting. I don't know. I might be able to pull that off. Game begins with Season 2. So we go ahead from here. And we don't start in Season 1. We just put the active as Season 2. So I've only got 6 rounds to do this rather than the 7. Starting credits is 3. So I've taken my starting money. I've got 3 DNA cards. It says starting manipulation cards and starting scandals. They both sit at 0. But it might change depending on the scenario you're doing. Starting goats, I don't start with any food. Starting workers, that's these guys. I start with 4, and yes, you still put 1 to one side because in Season 4 you get an extra 1. So let's pop that back. And then starting fence is 4, which is 1 pen, and we have to put it in this formation here, like you can see. Then we have the starting facilities. This is a bit of a pain because you have to go through all the facilities in that bag, and you've got to find the cold storage and the gene crafting lab, and you can see on the right hand side here it tells you where to start with them. So let me show you that in real life. So there you go, there's the double facility, the gene crafting lab that you start with, and then this is my cold storage just here. Now it's quite funny that we start with the gene one here because I can have 10 or more cards in hand. There is no hand limit, which is great because as you've seen in a previous video, I'm not very good at keeping track on my hand limit. Then down the bottom here it says breaking news deck. So you just look at the numbers that are on the breaking news and they're the ones we take, and then we shuffle them. You'll notice, here's the example here, I've already dealt one out. That's number 29 and that's where the number is. So you can just find all those numbers and shuffle them. Special rules, so you start with the DNA archivist, which is actually called the genetic archivist, but we'll let that slide. And you may not place workers in the timeshare. So along with all of these that I've placed out to set up for a 2-player game, I've also put one on the timeshare just so that I remember not to go there. There is also a visitor rule here. So this replaces step 1 to 3 of each open season. So ordinarily in the open season, we determine the player order, we assign visitors, and we receive credits. Those 3 steps will not be happening. They will be replaced with this. And I think this is going to be fairly easy to remember. It says, step 1 to 3, during this scenario, your visitor tokens represent researchers with grant money. You will receive researchers and credits each round equal to half the number of DNA cards in your hand, rounded down. You will need to build hotels to accommodate them as normal. So, I have 3 there, rounded down is 1. So if that were my hand at the beginning of the next open season, then I will just receive 1 visitor, which will equal 1 money. So it looks like I need lots of cards. The fact I don't have a hand limit kind of also says that I need to get cards. So that's going to be my main priority early on, to get as much money as I can and get some visitors. I'll also need a hotel to fit them, especially if I'm going to take loads of cards. And then I need to start working on my pairs of dinos, which is quite handy if I'm going to be collecting lots of DNA. Hopefully I can hand them in maybe last minute, but then I won't get very many points, because I have to get 100 points as well as the 3 pairs. Oh, blimey, I don't even know if I'm going to do this. We'll see. So, there we go. I think we have covered everything. So, there you go. There is our final score there. It depends on failure if I don't get this, but I have to get 100 or more points and 3 paired species. I could try and get this score of 150 plus 4 paired, but I'm just going to go for this, especially as I'm recording, so I might not be concentrating as much. So let's get started. It says here that we begin with Season 2. If it wanted us to start at a certain step, it actually says that afterwards, if it does. This just says Season 2, so we're going to go ahead and start with Step 1. Now, Step 1 to 3, as you remember, it needs to be the visitor rules that change. So let's go ahead and start that. We need to count how many DNA cards we've got. Half of it rounded down, which is just the 1, which means we are getting ourselves 1 visitor. And that means we are getting 1 money. So that is what we are going to start with there. And on here it says no active event in the first round. So in our very first round, which is Season 2, there isn't anything in the active. This is what's coming up. What is coming up actually? Each player may discard a DNA card to the boneyard to gain 2 eDNA cards. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later on. So we've done that one, and we are then going to go on to 5, refresh the city centre facility stacks, but we've done that already. And then we are going to in player order, which is, well, it's just going to be me, and then me again, and then me again after that, to take turns placing 1 worker. So 4 workers, what on earth am I going to do? I want to collect cards because I want some more visitors. I also would like to gain a facility. In fact, I really want that hotel, because it's got 3 spaces, which means if I get 10 DNA cards, then I can house all 5 visitors, and then that's 5 money a turn. However, it is 5 money to begin with, so I do want to get that very soon. I want to grab it before more of those buildings come out, because the buildings go on top, so I definitely want to get that in this round. I just need to find a way of getting money. So I think the first action I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to here. I am going to use the market first, and I'm going to get rid of the pterodactyl, because unless you've got a biodome, it's really hard to get those. So I'm going to place this here. I'm going to push this off and put it into the boneyard. Push that along and put the pterodactyl in there. And I can sell that for 4 money. So that's a nice wedge of money to start with. Then as my second action in there, because it says perform 2 different actions, I'm going to purchase a facility. I'm going to purchase this hotel here. Pop it in, and that cost me 5 money. Okay, and as my second action, I'm going to go up to the farm and I'm going to grab 3 goats. Now, it might seem weird that I'm getting goats even though I don't have a carnivore at the moment. Well, I have a little ability here. It says after gaining DNA or eDNA cards, I can pay 1 or 2 goats to gain 1 or 2 more. So I'm going to stock up on those to get some more cards. Because my third action, I'm going to go to site A. I'm going to grab 2 cards, because that's the ability there. And, oh, lots of herbivores. That's great, because I think I want to go for herbivores. These cost lots of meat, and I'd rather spend the meat on this. Because I gained some, I'm actually going to spend 2 of those goats to gain another 2. So let's see what we've got here. A Stegosaurus and a Brontosaurus. Okay, so we're going to have lots of cards just sitting here. It's going to look a bit messy, but just ignore it. Right, and then my last person. What shall I do? Shall I do that again? Because I'm going to get lots of visitors and that's going to get me lots of money. So yeah, let's do that, and then I can decide next turn on actually buying some good stuff. So this is going to go out. I'm going to draw 2, and I'll sort those out in a minute. And I'm going to spend that last goat, and I'm going to go ahead and get 1 more card. So we have another Stegosaurus. So I've got a set for Stegosaurus. I've got another Raptor, and I've got another Ankylosaurus. Okay, so I've almost got one of those, but I want pairs. This is going to be really tough. I am going to start building towards this though, so I need a bigger pen. That might be my focus next turn, so I can get this in and get those points going. That is actually the end of that turn, so I need to go over here and do the upkeep. Feed carnivores, I don't have any. Check and resolve rampages, I don't have any dinosaurs. And then return visitors to the general supply, so you can go back. I would get 3 VP for every 2, but I only had 1. And then return workers to the park, so I get my workers back. Then I advance the overlay, just like so. So we're on season 3. And then we continue back to here. So remembering that steps 1 to 3 is something different, I'm going to receive. So let's count how many DNA cards I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Half rounded down is 4. So I'm going to get myself 4 visitors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put 2 in here. And I'll put 2 just up here. So that's my 4 visitors, which also means I get 4 money. I'm quite happy with that. That will do. That will be nice. Right, so I've got that, and that's all I've got to do. I then have to resolve the newsroom track. So here we go. This is going to go into the active. Each player may discard a DNA card to the boneyard to gain 2 eDNA cards. I am definitely going to get rid of the Brontosaurus. I'm not really interested in trying to get 4 of them, and the chance of me getting a pair of those as well is going to be really difficult. So I will put that into the boneyard, I believe it says, yes, and get 2 eDNA decks. So first time I'm using the expansion over here, and oh, look at that. There we go. We actually have a pair of dinos straight away. Let me get rid of that. I think I'm going to have to then get an aquatic habitat then, because I might as well. I mean, I'm being dictated by the cards here, but that's part of what's happening, I guess. I have to take the species while I can. Right, then we need to do an upcoming. So, what is this? Parks with 3 or more facilities must damage a facility. All Brontosauruses resolve a rampage check. Rightio. So then it goes on to refresh the city stack. So as you can see, just up here, you have 3 spaces. You actually just draw 3 and place these on top. That's why I was so desperate to get that hotel, because these go up on top and cover the ones underneath. I can get to the other ones as long as I buy the ones on top. They're in play, and I'll explain them if they're any use to me, but they're not really at the moment. The other thing that you need to do on this upkeep is you need to push any 2 of these that were not bought. You need to push those over and deal out 2 more. I could buy from this stack, but I have to pay an extra 2, and players are free to look through that deck. Alright, then it is back to action time. Wow, what shall I do? I've got a bit of money here. I might actually get some points for this on the go and some reputation. So let's do that. I'm going to send a worker just over to here. It says I can take 2 actions. The first action, I am going to get an aquatic habitat. I'll chuck that just at the top there and spend 2 money on that. So that is built. I get 1 more action. Now I've got a fair bit of money. I've got 5 money. I might be able to roll that. I don't think I want to. I think what I might do is I might go ahead and buy another facility. We have the 2 VP. I can pay 2 points to ignore a breaking news effect. So when that comes out and makes me destroy a place, if I have that, I can actually stop that happening. What else can I afford there? Upkeep phase. 2 VP if you return an odd number of visitors. That's pretty good. 3 VP anytime a dinosaur is destroyed in your park. Nah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend that 5 money and grab this, because that will, anything that comes out that's bad for me, I'm going to ignore it with this. However, I do have to lose points. I'm just going to fit that up the top because it's the only place I've got room for it. Means I've only got room for one more hotel. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. Right, that was my 2 actions from there. I will then go ahead and turn in DNA to create an animal. So I'm going to get my aquatic animal. These are quite good. This one doesn't require any meat per season, so I should be pretty safe with having this sat in my park. So I'm going to sell those 2, and that will get me 3 VP. I'm going to do that first, and 2 reputation. There we go, and that means I get one of these. These are really good, and this takes up 1 space in my aquatic habitat, so that can go ahead and sit there. So I'm getting 3 points a turn just for having something in my pool. That's better than nothing, I guess. And it's enough points for me to spend to then potentially ignore that, which means I don't have to go and repair it, which costs me more money. Yeah, you get the point. Right, let's go ahead and carry on with my actions. What do I want to do? I have no idea. Right, I have no money. I could get a raptor. I could get one. I haven't really quite got enough for one of those yet. These don't sell for a lot of money, actually. Only 2 for raptor DNA. Okay, so I might actually go ahead and sell, and then I might fill up with a hotel. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 cards remaining. So I'm going to go over to the 2 action space, and I'm going to go ahead and sell this raptor card. So I'm only going to sell it for 2 money. This is going to push the Triceratops off and push these along. And that will get me the £2. And then on here it says I can spend 2 to then purchase 3 fences. So that 2 can go straight back in, and I can get myself 3 fences. So, and then when you place these fences, you can rearrange them as you want. So this one is going to stick out a little bit. This can go just there, and that can go there, which means I now have enough room for a Stegosaurus when I do it. During the upkeep phase, gain 1 money. So it's going to gain me more money as well. So I might go ahead and build this in a moment. And for my last action, I think I'm going to go ahead and turn in that DNA. So I'm going to hand in those 3 DNA cards, and that will get me 3 points for down here, 2, 3, and 2 reputation, and it needs to fit in a 2 pen. So I'll go over here, grab my Stegosaurus meeple, and I can pop in there. So I need to get another Stegosaurus, another one of those, and then I need to decide what my next type's going to be. Might be Triceratops, I don't know. I might go Raptor, but then I have to keep feeding them. Who knows? Let's see how this goes. Right, so that is done. That is all my actions. So I go ahead back to this card here. Feed all carnivores. I don't have any. Check for rampages. Nope, these guys are fine. They're in pens that they like, so that's okay. Return the visitors to the general supply and gain 3 points for every 2. So I'm returning 4 of them, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself 6 points. That's really good. And then it says here, gain victory points for any seasonal resources and dinosaur tiles. So I have got 6 points worth in dinosaurs, so that's already on 12. I'm happy with that. I might be able to do good in this if I carry on at that rate. Then I need to return all my workers and then advance the track. So let me get these workers back very quickly. And I'm going to advance this on, which means I get my 5th worker. So I should be able to do a little bit more this turn. Let's see how this goes. And this turn I've only got 4 DNA cards, which halved is 2. So I'm just getting the 2 visitors this time, which is only 2 money. Not too great at all, but that's fine because I'm going to be using this turn to get lots of cards, which hopefully in turn will get me more visitors. Now I've got myself my visitors, I then need to go and do the newsroom track, which says parks with 3 or more facilities, which I definitely do. I have to destroy a facility. However, I'm going to lose 2 points, and I'm not going to do that. Because of my security hub there, I can do 2 points to ignore it. So I'm doing that. And let's see what the next breaking news is for next turn. Resolve a rampage check for the highest reputation species in your park with only 1 dinosaur. Oh wow, okay. That's going to be interesting. Which one's the highest reputation? I'll have to figure that one out in a moment. Okay, so I will deal with that next turn. Right, let's see where we're at. So I can refresh the city centre tiles. So I can go ahead and get 3 out of the bag. 1, 2, 3. I can never get my hand in that bag, I must say, it's quite tight. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then I can go ahead and do my actions. So my first action, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to get myself 3 goats. 1, 2, 3. In my supply. I want to get some more cards this turn. Then I'm going to send my worker to site A, spend the 2 goats, and I am going to filter through this deck. I want to get 1 more of these, but also if I get any more Stegosaurus, we'll see. So I get 2 ordinarily, so Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then I will get the extra 2 because I spent the goats. So there we go. There's the Ankylosaurus I was looking for, and there's another raptor if I need it. T-Rex is great because I might sell that DNA. It sells for quite good money. And I also have a Triceratops, so I might work towards one of those as well. It's also worth noting that I had the Stegosaurus. It says during the upkeep I gain 1 money. So actually I should have gained that extra money. Silly me. Right. Let's go ahead and make a pen then. On that note, I should have remembered the one money for that, because I will definitely go ahead and do a pen. I will go here and I'll spend 2 money and I'll get myself 3 fences. And where am I going to put them? I think I'll go here, here, and here. And then as the second action, I'm going to go ahead and get 4 money for selling this T-Rex DNA. So the Triceratops is going to push over and this is going to move, and I will get myself 4 money. Ideally I want to get the... Ooh, which one do I want to get? I've got Triceratops and I've got the Ankylosaurus. I didn't really want to do Triceratops. I'd rather do these because they're getting me more points. So I'm going to go ahead and just one more time I'm going to build fences. So I will spend 2 of my money, get 3 fences, and I'm going to place 1 there. I think I'll go ahead and make the start of another pen just going that way. I might try and get some 2s, who knows, but I do have a pen ready for that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell some DNA. So I will go ahead and sell the Triceratops. They're low in points, they're low in reputation, so I will sell this to here. This is going to then go into the boneyard. My boneyard is picking up, but it's going to come in useful later. These are going to move over, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself 2 money back for the fences that I built. And I have 1 more action. So that I get the points worth, I think I'm going to go ahead and make a dino. I'm going to do that, turn in those 3, turn in those 3 there. Right, that's going to go up by 4 points. I'm going to get myself 1 reputation. And then I'm going to go ahead and place... Oh, where is it? There it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place it in here. Now, normally they can share, but I want to get another Stegosaurus in here, and I want to get another one of those in there. So I'm not going to let them share at this point. He's quite fine as he is. So that is that one done. And again, he's a herbivore, so he doesn't require any meat per season. That is all my actions for that turn. So we are going to go ahead and feed all carnivores. I don't have any of those. Check for rampages, which I don't need to do. Return visitors to the general supply, and for every 2 I get 3 VP. So these 2 are going to go back, and I'm going to go ahead and get 2 VP. I'm then going to get points for any dinosaurs and any of these facilities, so I'm just going to go ahead and get 10 points on the track, so that leads me up to 22, and then I return all my workers and I get to advance the overlay. There we go. So I've only got 3 more turns to get quite a few dinosaurs. I've probably played this entirely wrong, but you know, it's my first attempt. Okay, so I'm ready for season 5. Half my cards rounded down, which means I'm back down to 1 visitor. I'm not too bothered about the money at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and get 1. Okay, there we go. In fact, visitors are a really good way of getting points, so actually I should have got lots of DNA, but then the DNA was turned into dinosaurs, which gets me more points. I don't know what the right track is. I'm just an amateur here. Worth noting that she might get me lots of endgame points, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. If I get stuck, I might just take loads and loads of DNA cards. We will see. Right, so I got my 1 money and I got that. I now need to do this. So it says resolve a rampage check for the highest reputation species in your park. I am going to go ahead and spend the 2 VP so that I do not have to do this again. Yes, it might seem like cheating, but that's what it says. I can pay 2 to ignore it. Right, then I need to refresh the city tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and get 3 out of here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we've got this turn. So we have, oh, getting up, upkeeper get a go. This is quite a good one. Site B lets me draw more DNA cards, and we have another hotel. But not that I've got enough guests to warrant filling all the spaces. I got a hotel on my first go just to carry more, but I haven't done any anyway. Right, let's go ahead and do some stuff. All right, my first action, I am going to send you up here to get myself some goats. So 1, 2, 3 goats. There we go. I've got 4 in total. What am I going to do with these? Is there anything over here? I realise I keep ignoring this. Once I've got lots of money, I'm going to try that ocean roll, because that will be the second creature. If I am successful in this, or I can pay it, I can get that dinosaur into here, which means that pair would be sorted. All I'm looking for is more of those and more of those in cards. So it's a little bit fluky, but I think I'm going to do a mass draw. I've got lots of goats. Let's go ahead and do it. So you are going to go here. I draw 2, but I'm also going to spend 2 goats to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we got. Okay, pterodactyl, no. Pterodactyl, no. Brontosaurus, Ankylosaurus, there we go. There's one that we did need. So let's go ahead and do this just one more time. Again, 2 goats, get rid of them, and I'm going to draw 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm really kind of digging at this point. So raptors, Stegosaurus, Brontosaurus, right, so they're all the stuff that I don't need, but these are going to be the equivalent of visitors for me, because they're not getting me much money. I need cards. They're also endgame points, so anything that is just sat here, that's going to get me lots of points at the end. There we go, there's a Stegosaurus as well. Okay, do I attempt the ocean roll now? If I fail, I lose a point. Don't know. Maybe I need to get some more money first. Maybe I could sell that T-Rex DNA first, then try and roll and get that. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And at the same time, I can buy some fences. So I will go here, and I will spend the 2 to get myself 3 fences. I don't really need to do that, but I might as well as I'm at it. So let's go ahead and finish that pen just there, because I get to 2 actions and I don't know what else I'm going to do. This is going to go just like that, and hopefully I'll get another pen. Maybe in the last knock-ins I might get another creature that gets me lots of points. I'm going to then sell this T-Rex DNA. So this pushes off the end, and that moves over. And there we go. Just a note, I didn't actually see what was upcoming in the newsroom. Let's have a look. In player order, each player must place a mutant into their park. Well, that's a good job I got the extra fence then, because I wouldn't have been able to house that otherwise. It's almost like I just knew it was upcoming, even though I did it the other way around, but hey-ho. Right, so that's sold, and I'm getting 4 money back. There we go. So that's 8. Now, with these ocean rolls, the max I'm going to get is either 4 and 4, which is 8, or if I roll that and a 4, if I roll that with a number, I have to pay double, so the highest I can pay is 8. The lowest is 4, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. I'm going to try my luck with this one. So I can roll these die. Let's have a look. And that's a double 2. So I can spend just the 4 money, and I will go ahead and get this and place this in my park. So that is also the, how many points was that? I can't remember. This is where you have to look at this sheet here. So it was 3 victory points and 2 reputation. So let's do that. So 3 points and 2 reputation. I'm not entirely sure what the reputation is used for in this scenario. Maybe it's more for the other scenarios, but I'm going to keep track on it just in case. Okay, so I did that, and I actually do get 2 actions. Still got 4 money, so do I buy something just because I can? Now it says I may take 2 actions, but I'm not actually going to do that. Also, I realised I did not get rid of these 2 specialists. I have not been looking at specialists whatsoever. I have actually forgotten to do this for 2 turns, so I'll go ahead and get the next 2, because they would be in my supply. I haven't even looked at them, as you guys have seen in the playthrough so far. I haven't even looked at them. I haven't even been drawing manipulation cards, because I felt like this is DNA card related. So yeah, sorry that I forgot to do that. I will try to remember from now. It's not on the card, so that makes it difficult to remember. But yes, as I said, I am concentrating on these cards, so please forgive me. Okay, so that is my last action for this season. It's not looking too great. I don't think I'm going to do this whatsoever, but we will just go ahead and do the upkeep anyway. So I've got to feed my carnivores. I don't have to do that. No rampages happening. Return the visitors to the general supply. I'm getting no points for that, unfortunately, because I've only got the 1. Gain victory points from dinosaurs. So now I gain the victory points for my dinosaurs, which is 13. So that will go on to 23, 33 points. Right, then the next thing I need to do is return the workers. And then I'm going to advance the overlay there to season 6. I've got 2 more turns. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Right, let's go to the open season. So how many cards have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rounded down is 5. So that is all the visitors I need to fill up my park so far. Right, 5 visitors, which means 5 money. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. 5 money just there. Also, I have a Stegosaurus, so that means I get another money. Can't remember if I took my money from that before. Who knows? There's a lot to remember, especially when you're filming. Right, let's go ahead and do the next thing. So, I need to resolve the newsroom track. In player order, each player must place a mutant into their park. Standard placement rules apply. But, and I'm going to put it there because I can house it. With the mutants, paying for their food is optional. If I do pay it, they do spread, but I don't actually have to pay them. They don't give me any reputation, but they do get me 2 victory points. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to there. So that's 15. Let's see what we've got coming up next. Each player with goats must discard 1 goat for every 3 DNA cards in their hand. Okay, so if I'm going to get goats, I'm going to spend them this turn, or not get them at all, just to not have to do this. Worst case scenario, I lose 2 points, but we'll see how we're going. Right, I've got 33 points. Oh, this is not good. However, I still do get the 3 points for the variety of dinosaurs. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12 so far on top of that. It's almost half my points, and I've still got end of this round and the end of next round. So I might do it. Let's see. Oh, and I get a point for each DNA card. So let's see. Maybe if I stock up on loads more. That might be, I don't know, is that a way? I do need to get 2 of those, and worst case scenario is I will actually get another mutant so I can still pass. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy, here we go. So we must refresh the city centre stacks. So let's go ahead and get 3 tiles. I cannot get my hand in here. There are a lot of things on here I know that I'm not really looking at, because I think I know the focus in this solo mode, and it really is to do with these cards. Let's go ahead and get rid of these as well, while I remember. They just go into this pile here, and we deal another 2. I really haven't been looking at these specialists. They might have got me lots of endgame stuff. Okay, so now I've done the city facility stacks, I can then go ahead and in player order take some actions. Right, what would I like to do? I really do need to get my Stegosaurus and Ankylosaurus DNA cards. Have we got any in the boneyard? I really don't want to go for the boneyard. Every one of those scandal tokens I take is -6. There are, oh, hang on, 1, 2. There is 1 Stegosaurus and 1 Ankylosaurus, but that still isn't enough. I need 3 of each. I really think I need to go for 1 more dig, at least this round anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and do the first action, take 3 goats. And weirdly enough, I'm actually going to do the same for 2 actions. That is 6 goats I'm getting. So I'll go site A, I'll spend the 2 goats, and I will go ahead and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's 2 for the normal and 2 for the goats. Let's have a look what we've got. Brontosaurus, Brontosaurus, loads of Brontosaurus. Oh wow, okay, seriously, that's not good at all. Right, I'm going to try that 1 more time. So that's going to go there. I'm going to spend the 2 goats, and I'm going to go ahead and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, cards. Right, so these are my next 4. Here we go. Okay, so we have 1 Stegosaurus. That's going to go there. These guys are going to go just over here. In this DNA pile, I know I have got enough DNA to get other animal types, but I really want to keep these just so I get the points at the end of the game, and also I don't really want to go into more different species, because 1, it takes up room, 2, I need a second one of these 3 already. I don't want to get a 4th animal that I need a pair of. Yeah, so I've got a last resort. I'm going to finish my turn and then I'll show you my last resort, which includes these goats here. I'm going to go ahead and put this chap out. Where is he going to go? I think I might actually send him to the boneyard. Okay, so I go here and I do take a scandal token. I realise that this is really dodgy with the -6 points, but I can get rid of it, hopefully. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the Stegosaurus DNA. So I'm going to take that just out of the pile there, and I am going to put that into my supply. So you'll notice that now I have got the 3 Stegosaurus. My backup, because it's going to be the last turn next turn, I am going to get a second one of these as well. I'm going to feed it this turn, so that way it breeds and I get a second one of those, and I'll have a second Stegosaurus. So I will have done the 3 pairs. It just means I need to then find points. It might be that I draw tons and tons of points from here. I'll have a look. I will see what comes out on the next turn. But I've done all of my actions. Feed carnivores, optional, feed mutants. So if I feed them the 2 goats, I actually can spawn another one of these, which gets me another 2 victory points on this track here. I have 2 of those, I have 2 of those. I just need to get my Stegosaurus. Right, let's finish what is going on here. So, return visitors to the general supply, 3 VP for every 2. So I'm returning 5, that's 3 VP for every 2, which means I'm getting myself 6 points. So 33 up to 39. Okay, then I'm going to get points for my dinosaurs, which is 17. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus another 10 puts me on 56. Over halfway there. I'm quite happy with that so far. Then I return all my workers. Right, they have come back. We are then going to advance the visitor overlay. So we're going into season 7 now. And then we are going to continue to the next open season. So we are going to then go back to the visitors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, half rounded down is 10, but I can only fit 5 visitors in there anyway. So I'll go ahead and do those. And I get 1 money per. So I am going to get myself 5 money. It is worth noting that I'm going to remember the Stegosaurus this time. I get 1 money extra for having that Stegosaurus. I will change this up in a minute. I realise I've got a massive pile going on there. Right, there we go. So what else have we got to do? We've got to resolve the newsroom track. So each player with a goat must discard 1. No, I don't have any goats. So that can go. Let's have a look at the last breaking news. Workers cannot be played to Site A this season. That's quite lucky actually, because that is the last card, which means I don't have to actually do that, because this is going to be the last season and then we're going to do in-game scoring. So I'm glad that I didn't have to. Look at that. If I couldn't go to Site A, that would have been really bad. Luckily that's not going to happen to me. Oh, thank goodness for that. Right, and then we need to refresh the facilities. So yes, I've got to put another 3 of these out. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe some stuff that gets me points. There is something there with, 5 victory points on that for 2 money. That seems a bit strange. And I have got 1 gap for that. So I might get that, because that is 5 points for 2 money. That's insane. Yeah, maybe I'll have a look at that. And let's get rid of the specialists. I'm really sorry, guys, that I haven't really been using the specialists in this game, but I really haven't needed to. Maybe if I'd have looked at them in more detail, but I think this is going to get me lots of points alone with the amount of cards that I have. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put you in this pile as well, because I'm not going to be making you, I'm just going to be making a Stegosaurus. Right, refresh that, I've done that, so we're going to go ahead and do the actions for the last turn. So this chap here is going to go up here, and I'm going to hand in those 3 cards to make a dinosaur. I'm going to go ahead and make a Stegosaurus, and it says that I get 3 points and 2. So there we go, there's our 3 points and my 2 reputation. Reputation is not too high, but yeah, that can go and sit in there. So I have my 3 pairs. That is part of the condition. The other condition is that I get 100 points. I'm sitting here with a scandal token. I'm also looking at that facility there that gets, it's 5 points for 2 money. That is crazy. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this scandal token first. So this one is I can draw 2 manipulation cards to get rid of a scandal token. So I'll get rid of that and let's draw 2 of these cards. Let's see what I've got. Fresh meat, that's pretty okay. And destroy a dinosaur in your part to gain 2 wild DNAs, or discard 1 DNA card to gain 4 eDNA. Okay, so anything that refers to DNA cards is also referenced to the eDNA cards. So it might be worth me doing that, because that will essentially net me 3 points. Okay, let me think about that. Let me pop these just to one side. I won't be doing that. I don't really want to destroy a dinosaur at all, but I get 2 extra DNA cards. Oh, that's a tricky one. Anyway, let's go ahead and do my actions. I'm looking at other things I can do, other ways to get points. Let's go and do what I wanted to do up here. So I'll go here, I will spend the 2 money, and I'm going to go ahead and buy this facility. I had 1 more gap for it just in there, which is great. And the other action I can do, what shall I do? I get points for money. For every 3 money you get 1 point, but I'm also getting 1 point per DNA card. So I don't really want to do that. What else could I do? Repair? No, obviously I've got nothing to repair. I don't really want to build any more fences. I don't need to. So here it does say perform 2 different actions, but that is actually up to 2 different actions. So I don't have to do both actions, and I'm not going to, because I don't want to repair. I don't want to sell any of my DNA cards because they're going to get me points. And I don't really want to build any more fences because it's a waste of money and I'm storing lots of money. And I don't need to build any fences for any reason. Okay, so I've got 2 more actions to get me some points. I got rid of the scandal token, which means that I'm not going to lose 6 points, so that's good. I think I'm going to do this because this is going to get me some extra points. Discard 1 DNA card to gain 4. To play this, I have to go to the uplink. So let's run there. In fact, I would have only been able to play one of these anyway. So let's go ahead and play that one. Discard 1 DNA card to gain 4 eDNA. So at this point, it doesn't really matter which one I get rid of. I will just get rid of the Brontosaurus, I guess. You can go, and I can gain 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is great because that's going to get me... Oh, look, there you go. Wow. That would have been great. That would have been my 2 pairs straight away, but that's just my luck, unfortunately. So there we go, eDNA and then my normal DNA. I've got 1 more action. What was the other thing I wanted to do to score some points? I am going to get lots of points for cards, so I could draw another 2 of those. I could hand in... Now this can share with any other dino, so I could actually get some last minute points on another dinosaur, but say for example if I did Triceratops, I'm going to get 2 points for one of them, but I'm going to hand in 2 cards, so that's 2 points also. So actually that's not going to gain me any points. What else could I do? I could get one of these. 1, 2, 3. I've got loads of Brontosaurus. I might get one of these anyway, because that's lots of points, and I've got a big open wide space for it to go. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That'll be really fun. Okay, so we're going to go ahead up here, and I am going to get these 4 cards. Even though it would lose me 4 points, I'm going to gain 5 and another 3 because of the variety, and just generally I wanted a different dinosaur. Might as well make the video a little bit more fun, and I will go ahead and get 2 reputation, 1 Brontosaurus. You can just sit here in my open space. He's really cool. He's doing what he's doing there. And there we go, you can sit over there. Right, and let's go ahead and finish my turn, because that's all of my workers done. So feed the carnivores, optional for the mutants, so I'm not going to do that. Check and resolve for rampages. There are no rampages because they're all happy. And I can return visitors to the general supply. get 3 points for every 2, so I've got 5 again, which gets me 6 points. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Annoyingly, if I had one more hotel, that could have housed the extra workers I would have got, but never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 20 puts me on 87. Oh, I'm so close. Look at that. Really, really, really close. Okay, that is the last thing I'm getting points for. Return workers and then advance the overlay. So end game scoring is now active. So what we need to do is find all the things that are going to get me end game points. So let's go ahead and do money first. Okay, so there we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for money because it's 1 point for every 3. So I'll go ahead and get myself 5 points for that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm also going to get 1 point for each one of these cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points for that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 10 is 107. So I think I've done this. I also get 3 points for every different dinosaur. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 15 points on top of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that puts me on 122. What else do I get end-game points for? Then I get end-game points for facility. So I have 2 plus the 5 plus the 1 plus the 1. That will get me another 9 points, which puts me on 131. And that is everything I score points for. If I had any scandal tokens, which I don't, well, then I would lose the 6 points. But there we go, guys. I can't believe I did it. I had my 3 pairs, and I did it on 131. Yeah, okay, I didn't do the top bracket, but I did that bracket, and that wasn't bad for a first time. This actually said medium difficulty as well, so, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take that as a win-win. So thanks, guys, for joining me on the solo for Dinogenics. If you guys would like to see more of the solo scenarios or the cooperative version of this game, let me know in the comments below.